Good morning, America. Welcome back to another daily devotional episode from the There's Good News podcast. I'll be your host today, Kirthan Ambadi, and let's just get right into it. So today's verse is from, try to guess. Yep, it's Hosea, because there's just so many good verses in it that I never really noticed, and when I read through it a few weeks ago, I just had so many thoughts, and I think we've been sleeping on the book of Hosea. So that's how the kids might say it. But today's verse is from chapter 6. So it's chapter 6, verse 6, and it says, "For I desire mercy and not sacrifice, and the knowledge of God more than burnt offerings." Um, okay, so this verse is God talking to the people of Israel. And basically, the problem that he was trying to call them out for is they were acting outwardly like they were devoted to God, but in their hearts they weren't really. So they continued to kind of keep up with like the rituals of sacrifices and offerings to God, but it was very surface level and they didn't actually have that loyalty to God in their own hearts. And so when he says, "I desire mercy," what he means there is actually he desires their devotion and their loyalty to him. And yeah, and that just stood out to me because I think a lot of times we we think that our sacrifice for God, while it is valuable, it's empty if it doesn't have our devotion behind it. And yeah, so it's not to say that anytime we give up something for God, it's useless. The point is you need to look at your heart, or I need to look at my heart um, behind my sacrifice or behind why I'm giving those things up. Um, is it because I just know like that's how I've grown up doing it, or that's just how everybody else around me is doing it, and so I'm going to put in the same amount of work for God as just because I see other people doing it? Or yeah, why am I sacrificing for God, or why am I living for him, just to make it more general? Yeah, God wants our heart's motives to be more pure and to be out of like a sincere love for him, and it's a sincere choice to put him first and to choose him over everything. I think that's what it means to be loyal, and what it means to be devoted is like to really regard him highly in your heart, and to really see every opportunity of your day as something to choose God in and something to honor him in. Um, the second half of the verse says, "He desires the knowledge of God more than burnt offerings." So the knowledge here that it's talking about isn't just a superficial, like factual knowledge, more. It's more an intimate knowing of like how you would know your best friend, or know your mom or dad, or know your child. It's that closeness and that relationship that he's longing for more than burnt offerings. So more than just the outward things we might do. Um, yeah, if so, along both of these, the whole verse is along the same lines of like God doesn't just want our empty actions or our empty words or even our empty like sacrifice. If we feel like we're giving up a bunch for God and we just feel so, quote, poured out. That's like a Christianese word, or just so like we're running around for God. We're doing all these things for him. We've totally emptied ourselves for him, but we miss that close time with him. We miss the personal relationship with him. It's empty, and God doesn't want that from us. I was just reading a book this morning that talks about kind of like the whole secret to living as a Christian, and how God wants to live his life in us. What he's waiting for from us is for us to just acknowledge that we can't do it on our own. Stop running around, stop trying to do all these things for God, and just say, "Lord, I need you to live through me. I need you to be the words that I speak, be the thoughts that I think, be the love that I show. I can't do it on my own, and he doesn't want us to, and it's empty when we try. So, yeah, just some encouragement from this verse is to really think about your heart's motives when you're giving something up for God. Um, and yeah, these are like good things that, quote, they were doing, but they turned into bad things because they weren't genuine. And so, yeah, something that I've just been convicted of is making sure my actions to God are genuine and making sure I'm really knowing Him and not just doing things outwardly for Him. But yeah, those are my thoughts for today. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.